Hi and welcome to another Wednesday with Wilna. And today we're going to be working with watercolors and rub-ons again, but in a little different way. So my eldest girl is in grade 11, and this last week or two her whole life just revolved around studying and sleeping in, drinking tea, texting, and I just decided to document it. And I made a whole sheet of cut files, nice and big titles, and then I decided to paint them and use them on a page. Right, and now I'm just placing them in the order I want to paint them, because I want to go from light to dark and have transitional colors. So I'm working out how they're going to fit on my page. Even though this is not set in stone, it can change. But I just have a piece of white cardstock that I'm putting them on, and now I'm going to paint them. And interesting enough, I love the negative that was left off the page just as much. So I think you can actually use a adhesive spray on the back of these titles, stick them down, paint over them, and then remove them, and you'll have a beautiful negative. So I'm using a dark gray and a brown, and then I'm going to go over to the oranges and the pinks and blues and greens. So it's not really ombre, but it's almost like a rainbow color. And I'm just using the cheapest watercolor you can buy. I think I bought this set at Walmart, so you don't have to use the most expensive watercolor. Little darker pink, purple, and then blues. And you can see, like I've done numerous times before working with watercolors, I mix my colors on the palette all the time, and then once in a blue moon I just clean it with a cloth and a little bit of water. So there you can see it's almost done, and once you remove, look how lovely the negative is. You can really make beautiful pages just with the negatives as it is there. I'm removing them from the page just to put them somewhere to dry, and that's how simple it is. And now I'm going to be working with these Dear Lizzie rub-ons from her Daydreamer collection. And then I'm just going to place the titles to see where goes what. And I'm going to layer this. So it's almost like, you know, in the movies when they text, it's just a speech bubble coming up. And that's the idea. It's just these floating words that describe her life. And it's the title and everything all at once. And I'm going to use that whole sheet of rub-ons. And I'm literally just going to be randomly rubbing them down around a photograph. I'm not going to be superly obsessed by how well they rub down. You can see I'm putting some photo corners on my photo, and that's just to place it. And then I'm going to remove the photograph, and then it's easy for me to see where the photo should be. And now I'm just going to be rubbing down with rub-ons. So I'm going to show you the process, but I'm going to play you some YouTube music. So I'm so happy that YouTube provides this music online, and that way it's totally legal to use, and it's super cool. So here you go. I'm just using some hot glue, and I'm just going to add the titles or the words to it. And this is really how simple this page is. Just the words. And I did cut out the words from watercolor paper. The Canson watercolor paper, you can see the link in the related products on my blog. And I absolutely love this page. I really tend to love more colorful pages lately. So this one really made me super happy. And that piece of ribbon that rubbed off there is bothering me. So I'm going to use a gelato and just cover it up. Just a little bit there. And then I decided, well, it needs to have a little pink at the bottom as well. Just using some water and just a little bit. There you go. And I'm going to be writing the journaling just at the bottom there. And then I'm going to mount the page, and then I'm done. And I hope you see how easy it is to use those rub-ons. And the reason why I use a whole sheet of rub-ons is because you might as well throw them away if you don't use them right away, because they get stuck to stuff. Well, at least if you have my organizational skills, maybe you are better at it, then I commend you. But honestly, I found that if I don't use them right away, then I might as well just throw them away. And I think that's what prompted me to start using all the sheets at once in the first place. So thank you so much for watching another episode of Wednesdays with Wilna, and I'll be back next week on my blog with a new video. Actually, I've recorded a bunch ahead of time because I'm taking a little break. So I'll see you again on the interwebs. Thank you for watching. Bye.